Calamead was a lovely city on the shores of a lake. Its houses were nestled amongst the rocks and the trees, surrounded by waterfall. That day they were celebrating the spring fair. All of the woodland creatures were invited. Fairies, pixies, dwarfs, and elves with pointy ears. They all danced and ate to their heart's content, when suddenly an enormous red dragon, long as a snake, arrived. "Help! He's going to attack us!"
"Run for your lives! Dragons breathe fire! All is lost!"
The dragon opened his mouth, but they wouldn't let him speak. The sad dragon turned slowly and left. Beatrice couldn't believe her eyes. She was angry. She was a young and sweet-tempered little pixie. She liked to get to know people before believing what other people said about them. Pixies are small, legendary creatures with large, elongated ears and greenish skin. They take care of the woodland and nature, and are usually great pranksters.
You're not being fair. Everyone in the kingdom is invited to the spring fair. Everyone.
Everyone knows dragons. You can't trust them.
Do you know what everyone says about dwarves? They say they're all grumpy, but the ones I know aren't. Are you?
Beatrice didn't let him answer. Everyone knew that Geoffrey, the dwarf, was a joker and very clever. He was never grumpy. If what people thought about the dwarfs wasn't true, maybe what they thought about the dragons wasn't true either. Dwarfs are supernatural creatures that look like people, but much, much smaller. They're extremely intelligent and very clever, so they're great inventors. Beatrice left the fair. She loved the woodland and took care of it, but she wanted to find the dragon. She searched for him in the woods, but couldn't find him. Where could he be? He was humongous! Then she saw his tracks in the mud and followed them. After a while, Beatrice heard some whimpering. She crept over, and there was the dragon. He was trapped in a cage with thick metal bars. He'd fallen into a trap.
Don't be afraid. I'm gonna help you get out of here, and when you're out, you'll come with me to the fair.
Thank you. Everyone runs away from me when they see me. That's why I don't have any friends.
The pixie used a branch to free the dragon. Then, in the distance, they saw a billowing smoke cloud. Calamead was on fire! Dragons are legendary creatures. They are serpentine-shaped with legs and wings to fly. They usually breathe fire.
It's worse than I thought. It's the end of Calamead. This is horrible!
Don't be afraid. I'll put out the fire.
You? But don't dragons breathe fire?
The dragon flew to the lake and fetched a ton of water. He flew back to the fire and blew hard. And no fire or water came out of his mouth. Out popped bubbles. They put out the fire. Fairies are legendary beings, often represented as beautiful women. They have wings they use to fly. They live in the woods and are in close contact with nature. Everyone clapped wildly. They came over to thank the dragon for what he'd done. Calamead was safe thanks to him. "I'm sorry we distrusted you. I guess not all dragons are alike."
I won't judge anyone before knowing more about them again.
I'm so happy everything turned out fine. Let's continue with the fair.
They all thought it was a great idea. Music and fun returned to Calamead. They convinced the dragon to play the saxophone, and children crowded around him. They tickled him, and bubbles came out of his instrument. He was happy to have new friends. Elves are supernatural creatures with pointy ears. They can live for thousands of years or be immortal. They're usually very sprightly and svelte and very intelligent. In this story, we've seen how they threw out the dragon because they thought he breathed fire. This particular dragon breathed bubbles, not fire. Everyone at the fair had judged him without knowing him. It's easy to criticize people and judge them from things we've heard about them. But it's important to act like Beatrice. Since everyone is different, everyone deserves a chance.
If you want to learn more, click on more videos and subscribe to the Smile and Learn channel, and you'll stay up to date with new adventures.